Well, let's turn our attention now to a huge concern in the United States, the transfer of the drug fentanyl to the US's narcotics fire, as it were. 4 Chinese companies now face trafficking charges. The leading cause of drug overdoses in America are synthetic opioids, like fentanyl, as this report explains.
You know, there was a time where the young people of our country would go to a party and we as parents would be concerned about whether they were smoking weed or drinking alcohol underage. Now what's happening at these parties is people are passing around pills. And these are pills that these kids may think are Adderall or Xanax, and they are laced with fentanyl.
The leading cause of drug overdoses in America is no longer cocaine, meth, or even heroin. It's synthetic opioids like fentanyl. But what exactly is fentanyl? It's a synthetic opioid that is up to 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. It's a drug that's relatively easy to produce for a better, cheaper high per dose than heroin. There are 2 types of fentanyl, pharmaceutical fentanyl and illegally made fentanyl. Pharmaceutical fentanyl is prescribed by doctors to treat severe pain, especially for advanced stage cancer. Over the past few years, fentanyl and its analogues have appeared in the streets, often laced into the illicit heroin supply. US federal data also shows that fentanyl has also increasingly appeared in cocaine overdose deaths. Law enforcement officials believe that most of this fentanyl comes from labs in China.
Right now, fentanyl is the leading cause of death among 18 through 42-year-olds in our country. The leading cause of death. Adolescent deaths doubled because of fentanyl from 2019 to 2021. Doubled.
But while China continues to shirk responsibilities, the US is actively looking for partnerships to curb the supplies of these dangerous drugs. During Prime Minister Modi's visit to the US, the 2 sides committed to strengthening the bilateral drug policy relationship and agreed to take more steps towards the commitment by treating addiction and disrupting the global trafficking of illicit drugs. But this, as the extent to which fentanyl production takes place illegally in India still remains unknown.
We believe the United States is a canary in the coal mine when it comes to fentanyl, an exceptionally addictive and deadly synthetic drug. Having saturated the United States market, transnational criminal enterprises are turning elsewhere to expand their profits. If we don't act together with fierce urgency, more communities around the world will bear the catastrophic costs.
The rise in deaths involving heroin, cocaine and fentanyl is startling to experts, with big implications for America's ongoing drug overdose crisis, as well as for communities around the world. Parmeshwar Bava for NDTV.